It's a great thing that the international community has set out a day to honor the legacy of Nelson Mandela. What really is this legacy? Well, for a lot of young people, it may be something esoteric of, okay, recognizing this man who sacrificed so much that his country may find true freedom. But it's a little more than that. I had the privilege of being a young activist in the struggle for the liberation of Southern Africa. I had the good fortune of meeting President Mandela, and perhaps a certain personal touch to why the legacy of Nelson Mandela matters. You know, after having, as a student, been very active in the struggle for liberation in Southern Africa, and as a very aggressive young reporter trying to ensure that Nigeria played the appropriate role it should play in Southern Africa, I had the privilege, when President Mandela was released from prison, being in North America on that day and interacting with activists and watching on television as he took those tentative first steps towards freedom. But very, very importantly, even more so, when he left prison, I was an executive of a company in Nigeria and was one of those invited by General Obasanjo to his farm in Ota to meet Mandela when he visited. He came with his then wife, Winnie. And to show the nature of this man, when I was introduced as an executive of Volkswagen of Nigeria, Mandela paused and said, "Oh, Winnie drives a Golf." And for a couple of minutes, we talked about cars and about Winnie and her passions. And this is humanity that comes out of a person. This is why the Mandela legacy matters. Long-term sacrifice for the good of a people without thinking self in a way that consumes. In today's world that is so narcissistic, giving all those years, coming out of prison, forgiving so completely those who did that to him, and then leading with a very personal touch, caring about people, and moving on so quickly, because what mattered was what would make South Africa go forward. We're thankful for the legacy of Mandela, a true leadership legacy, a true pool of leadership lessons in how to connect with people, care about people, sacrifice for the good of others. I say very often that leadership is other-centered behavior, not self-centered behavior. One of those who give that example, really, in an epic way, Nelson Mandela, for the good of the other. We thank the world for remembering Mandela and hope that today we can all reflect on that legacy in its deep sense of what it means to be a leader.